sometimes I don't think we appreciate the miracle of the phonograph. The privilege of having men of genius perform for us at our command.
What kind of a set is that?
Oh, it's no particular make, Mrs. Manley. One of my students put that together for me.
If I were you, I'd stick to the established trademarks, a pure tone, say, or a sonobel.
Pure tone, sonobel.
I thought that sounded all right. Didn't you, Porter?
Mine plays 24 records, different sizes. Mix them up any way you like. Radio gets china, clear as a bell, also television.
Except there's no television to get. We're too far away.
Only television set in town.
Like playing tennis without a ball.
What do you want me to do about it? Build you a personal broadcasting station?
You don't need a station. Just yell a little louder.
Mrs. Manley, are you sure I can't get you a drink? A cocktail maybe, or scotch?
Never touch it. Alcohol, that is, in any form.
Oh. Mr. Manley?
He doesn't either.
Well, coming from show business, you might say, I always imagine those kind took a nip now and then.
Wouldn't be keeping faith with our clients. Most respected trademarks in the American home.
Well, I think I'll have one more. Porter?
I've often wondered, Porter, why you haven't considered radio advertising. Mr. Hollingsway has a chain of 7 department stores all over the state.
I know all about it. 23% by volume over last year, 138% over 1939.
Where'd you get those figures?
They're a matter of public record, Mr. Hollingsway. Yours is too big a light to be hid under a bushel.
George, would you fix me a small Roma salsa?
You're a potential giant, Mr. Hollingsway.
Not too small.
Doing all right.
I said a potential giant.
Potential.
Something tells me I'm going to have a giant around the house.
Got this whole state sewed up tight.
But there are 47 other states, Porter.
Crackerjack point. Now, you take the 3 states adjoining this one. If I can put you, Porter Hollingsway, into millions of those homes for 1 half-hour each week...
He doesn't spend that much time in his own home.
Excuse me. I told you the screen was a crummy idea. Soup's on. Thank you, Sadie. Mrs. Manley?
All right.
Say, Dugan, what are you supposed to be, Baby Snooks?
Hiya, Laura May.
Get a load of that cab. I can't wait to tell Ma.
Laura May, would you sit there, please?
Come on, sit down.
There's a couple of things I could tell your Ma about you, too.
This great situation belongs in a true-to-life drama. Are you two related?
No, we just had the same governess.
You kill me. Oh, well, it's just a small town. You know, everybody gets to know everybody.
If you don't mind crossing the tracks.
Oh, by the way, Sadie's quite a radio fan. Listens all the time.
Now, that's very interesting. All the time, eh?
Keep it going night and day.
Tell me, what are your favorite programs?
During the day, anything.
Anything?
Anything that keeps my mind off my feet.
I see. And at night?
In bed, I listen to the police call.
But you can't understand them. They're in code.
I sleep like a baby.
How you gonna put me in her house a half hour every week?
But, Porter, she's not a housewife.
Still, they have a great influence over housewives. Sadie may not realize it, but whether or not she thinks she's listening, she's being penetrated.
It's a good thing she didn't hear you say that.
And after penetration comes saturation. And when she's saturated, she'll find herself saying, Madam, I suggest that you buy our washing machine at Hollingsway's.
Not Sadie, and I've seen her when she was saturated to the eyes.
You don't know what they're talking about. Just shut up and eat.
Okay, giant.
It's 8:30. I can't miss Brenda. Excuse me, please.
Where is she?
Radio. Confessions of Brenda Brown. One of ours.
Wait a minute. Here, you better let me do that for you.
I've got to tell Sadie to hold the ducks.
Sorry to eat and run like this.
So sorry.
I won't say it doesn't matter because it does.
Euclid Street, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. She writes, what a thrill it was to hear my little girl say,
Mother, it's such fun to have you read to us now that you use baby breath.
so be sure you don't offend. Be double sure with baby breath.
Oh, we missed most of the commercial.
Shucks, and that's the best part, too.
Just thought I'd eat the soup while it's hot.
George, how'd that happen?
Baby Breath brings you the confessions of Brenda Brown. Who was the mysterious Central American with a gay smile and the black pearl ring? Promised a scoop by her Gruff City editor, Brenda Brown, girl reporter for The Star, has accepted the senor's invitation to dine and dance at a swank penthouse rendezvous.
It was most kind of Senorita to dine and dance with me tonight.
It was kind of you to ask me, Senor Montevideo.
Please, call me Armando.
If you like, Armando.
Gracias.
That's Spanish for thank you.
Gracias.
Lord Bruce, I'm proud and flattered. What small-town American girl would not be at a proposal of marriage from a gentleman as distinguished as you? But I must decline, with thanks.
You decline? I don't understand.
We have Lady Bruce to consider. Invalid though she is, and though you've been married in name only for many years, she is your wife in sickness as she was in health, and must not be cast aside.
I see.
Besides, I am a registered nurse. It is my chosen profession, my duty, and much as my personal feelings from time to time. You and I, my dear Lord Bruce, must remain just another case. Another case in the notebook of Linda Gray, registered nurse.
Listen next week for another chapter in this amazing human document. Linda Gray is brought to you by Protecto, product of the Duro Enamel Company. Remember, one thin coat of Protecto after bathing guarantees...
This is the Allied Broadcasting Company.
Enough?
Might as well turn it off. There's nothing but music from now on.
Ah, that was fun. 2 whole hours.
Linda ran over almost a minute. The 3rd time in a month.
3 minutes gone. 1 full commercial. Gone for good.
Well, some more coffee, anybody? George?
Oh, some more coffee, anybody?
I just asked everybody, dear.
Well, time to go home.
George.
Already?
Seems as if you just got here.
Come on, Giant. Back to the beanstalk.
Get your coat. I'm ready.
Been such a lovely evening, my dear. Pleasant company.
The duck was fine.
But of course, eating out here off your lap is gypsy fashion.
The time just flew by.
Tempo fugit. Right, Professor?
Almost.
And our little hostess has her work to do.
Oh, it's not so much.
Perhaps we can drive out and have lunch with you one day soon, Mr. Hollingsway.
Maybe at one of the other stores.
Oh, we'll make our appointment well in advance and at your convenience.
You're gonna be a giant. Relax and enjoy it.
I hope you listen conscientiously, my dear, particularly to Linda Gray. You can learn a great deal about writing.
Yes, they are well written, aren't they?
Why, they're perfection. Didn't you think so, Mr. Phipps?
Well, I beg your pardon. I wasn't listening.
We'll see how much of an expert you are. Which of the programs did you think was the best?
They all sounded pretty much alike to me.
I thought you were a student of good writing.
Oh, he is. He's given courses in the university.
Well, then, which was the best?
Mrs. Manley, I wish you wouldn't ask me that.
Why not?
Because it's a question I don't want to answer.
Oh, go ahead, dear. I'm sure your opinion is a very valuable one.
If you're sure you want me to.
Well, not if you feel you shouldn't.
Stating it as kindly as I can, Mrs. Manley, none of that bilge has the remotest connection with good writing.
Do you realize that Linda Gray has been written for 8 years, no summer layoff, by Myrtle Tippett?
Who?
You can't be much of an authority, Mr. Phipps, if you don't know Myrtle Tippett. Linda Gray has made her an immortal, and she's only 32.
Well, Keats, Shelley, and Marlowe beat her by a couple of years anyway. They were immortal before they were 30.
Classroom stuff.
Radio writing is the literature of today, the literature of the masses.
And heaven help the masses.
But it just serves a different purpose, that's all.
The purpose of radio writing, as far as I can see, is to prove to the masses that a deodorant can bring happiness, a mouthwash guarantee success, and a laxative attract romance.
Well,
take it easy, George.
Let him alone. He'll run longer than Linda Gray.
Don't think, says the radio, and we'll pay you for it. Can't spell cat? Too bad. But a yacht and $1 million to the gentleman for being in our audience tonight. Worry, says the radio. Will your best friends not tell you? Will you lose your teeth? Will your cigarettes give you cancer? Will your body function after you're 35? If you don't use our product, you lose your husband, your job, and die. Use our product and we'll make you rich. We'll make you famous.
That's just about enough, George.
Don't let it upset you, my dear. Don't you feel badly?
Bad, not badly. You feel badly this way.
I have more confidence than ever in your understanding of domestic problems.
Look, I got my coat on and I catch cold easy.
Easily, not easy.
We're leaving now, Mr. Hollingsway. Good night again, my dear.
Good night.
And of course you understand that under the circumstances, your little project is quite impossible.
Of course.
Good night, Mr. Phipps.
Good night. Good night, Rita.
Good
So long,
night,
George.
Good night, kid.
Good night, Logan.